might be fun for him to use.
Okay.
We got those glass.
Oh.
About 10 miles north of Bemidji, Buena Vista ski area, the 29th annual Buena Vista Logging Days was held on February 4th. When you got to the parking lot, it was just a few minute wait before a horse and sleigh came by to pick you up to take you to your first stop during the camp. And if you were cold, well, you have the heated indoor sleigh. And besides a sleigh ride from the parking lot up to the first event, there are sleigh rides around the entire park, which took about a half an hour. When you purchased your ticket, it came in the form of a button, and the picture on the button was Ken Cito. A special plaque will be presented to the Ken Cito family in recognition of Ken's 28 years of dedicated service to the preservation of the logging spirit and the Buena Vista Logging Days celebration. This year also marks the 75th anniversary of the Paul Bunyan and Babe statues in Bemidji, Minnesota. So take a sleigh ride, watch logging demonstrations, eat Paul Bunyan stew, and get your picture taken with Paul and Babe.
Hi, welcome to Buena Vista Logging Days. I'm Jennifer Leitala, and this is what Logging Days is about.
Jennifer, what am I going to see here at the Buena Vista Logging Days?
Among the activities at Logging Days, we have horse-drawn sleigh rides, we have hot flapjack breakfast, square dancing, live music, wood carving.
And we say sleigh rides. Where does the sleigh ride go to? Just around the camp here?
It goes around the village. It goes over to the Buena Vista Chalet.
Okay. And how about the ones I see going to the parking lot? Is that to pick up people?
Yep. They pick people up at their cars and bring them back.
The first place most people stop is where you get hot coffee and pancakes, and where else? In a heated tool shed.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
You too.
Chief cook and bottle washer.
Yeah, right.
Now I know why the pancakes are so good.
Yeah.
How long have you been here, Phil?
Today?
Yeah.
Since a little before 7.
Oh, jeez.
And it's 11:30 now, so.
What time do they start serving?
About 1 o'clock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Or when we run out of food. And
Okay.
that could happen early this year with the crowd we got.
Good crowd. Well, let's go inside and see what's happening.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
How are you today?
Cold, but wonderful.
It's warm in there.
Good.
It'll fog your lens for sure.
Okay.
Go down as much as you
Well, if you're a horse lover or have never been exposed to horses, what a place to be. Horses, horses, and more horses at the Buena Vista Logging Days. There's a variety of sleds and of course a variety of horses, which most of us can't tell one horse from another, and I'm one of them. But all you have to do is ask the owner or the driver of the horse. Here they're showing a sample of how to haul a heavy log on a kind of a homemade sleigh. We'll get some close-up pictures of that later.
You put the PV in the log, and being the smooth here, then you can tell the horses to back up if that's what you wanted them to do. And they would back up, and then what that would do is allow this end to stay where it was, but over on the other side, the log would roll back a ways in order to keep that in position. So that was one advantage of using the PV out here. And then, oh yeah, we talked about a corner bind over on the other side. And here we have a quarter bind that's still wrapped around the log. And so again, to release it, and I don't know if we should release
No,
this
don't
one.
release it. Just
But what you do is just tap up on
don't
this
do
hook,
it.
and
I'm in range.
there she goes.
It may come back rolling on us.
That might make a good picture before it got crushed. Yeah, so and then when the logs got into the mill yard, in order to continue without having mechanical equipment other than the PV, why, the logs would be put on a hillside with a sawmill down below. And a hill like this one out here, so that you had gravity to help you get the logs to the sawmill after you got the pile made. And that was called a rollway, where you roll the logs down. Now, it wouldn't necessarily have to be going to the sawmill either. It could be rolling down to a river or for the log drives. But at our mill there at Itasca, when we came in with a truck, we used the corner binds again. And we could drop the top logs, what we'd probably do, take these skids again, put them up on the load and roll the log that was on top down onto the previous logs that had been already piled up. So doing it that way, you could deck up the logs one person about 10 foot high. And then the next load, when you got the top off, then you probably drop the rest of the load on the ground. And there's where the corner binds, you just release them and the load would roll off onto the ground.
Even though it was a warm day, most of us found it nice to stand by the fire.
Greg has a jacket just like that.
Yeah, so the treadles are turning the drive band. The drive band is on a whorl, and that is actually spinning the flyer. And since the yarn is held here, when I spin, then there's twist building up. And I'm stopping it with my finger, and stretching my fiber out to the size I want, and I'm letting the twist in.
It's spinning. You're spinning, but the inner part isn't.
So when it'll stop. See that? Yeah, it's a neat machine. See that?
I like it.
You're actually squeezing it there to...
Well, I am. I'm a little bit of pressure on my fingers, and I'm not letting the twist go into my fiber until I have about the size I want.
So you add a lot of control to it in the beginning.
Yep.
And then when she lets go, then it threads it onto there. It's not threading it onto the spool until she lets go, right? That's when you got the licenses for her, and the guys spun it
Now this person's a demonstrator, but young people had a chance to see what it was like to lasso a cow, like in the old days. The trick here is to have the right rope. A rope that's very stiff, and then you can kind of aim it to go where it belongs.
Too late, Con. Bolio with his team of... That's Pearl of Magic? Yeah, I think it was the 25th we were. And here's your little cutter sleigh.
Everything in there.
It's guaranteed for life.
Until you die, yeah.
So this is Joe Dolby's
Joe Dolby's.
sled and horse. Now there's an advantage, isn't it? You don't have to take care of it or something?
Well, yes, you have all the fun. You don't have to feed him. Let him feed him. Guys, this has a mate over there. He usually goes sitting down.
There's a few train cars lined up on the track, but this one is open every year during the logging event. And why? Because the wood carver's there, and the kids have a chance to talk to Monty Draper and get something to sand and put together and take home as a souvenir. The wood carver.
And then we'll set it in the log like that when we're done. Okay? I gotta get some logs. You can help
Evan, Evan, big smile.
Kids.
Double butt. Alright. Okay, there you go. Here you go. You want that one too? If you guys want to go, do you want up in
Honey, I don't know what
already
you...
ran out of one style already.
What are you doing right now?
What we do is we supply a class for the kids to sand smooth a axe, and we give them a choice of different axes. We do a new one every year. The new axe this year was Swedish Broadhead, and 1 year after 9/11 we did this one to honor the firemen, and each year I come up and develop a new one. And so the kids will come, give them sandpaper, they'll sand it smooth, and then they'll leave with it sunk in the log. So it's kind of fun. No, they haven't. Hold it, hon. This is a famous polar plunger. This is Guy, and Guy's sister, whatever her name is.
From California?
From California.
Get up. Cut your way, dude.
There's enough teams you're giving out. They ain't gonna miss one.
I mentioned earlier that we'd have a closer look at this wood log sleigh. Interesting how it's made. These are clogs from a horseshoe that hold the log in place while it's being pulled by the horse. When they measure a horse in hands, where did that come from?
Well, didn't have tape measure, so hands 4 inches. That's how they figured it. Right here. Ends it right there. Go down like that.
So you keep going all the way down to the ground.
These are 16 hands.
This horse is 16 hands, okay.
Born October 24th.
Who's this?
Annie.
Born when?
October 24th.
Well, I guess I don't have to say, Annie was the hit of the event of the Buena Vista logging days. Everybody wanted to talk to and pet Annie. Thank you.
Step up, girls. October 24th.
Well, the mother got a beautiful.
See the baby.
I know, I see that. Good.
Did you ever play this game before? This is where you try to pull your opponent off the log. You have to judge what he's going to pull or let go. And it's not easy the first time. You try to get that yellow tag over to your side and or pull him off like this guy does here in a second. One more time.
He's never done it either. So see,
What are you talking about? I've done it a couple times.
this? No.
You ever played this game?
Oh well, I'm sure you could take it anyway.
What are they trying to do?
Get each other off the log.
You can, let go and they'll fall off backwards and log tips over.
I'm not sure what the deal is with the flag. You can't get.
It's awesome. You couldn't let go somehow. These clubs are bruised. You pulled a rope over to your side.
Or if you make the other guy.
Come on, brother.
That's what I've been waiting for, a good splat.
Yeah. Okay, Joe.